Florida Governor Rick Scott has done an amazing job of preparing his state for what is to come, and it is starting to hit Florida right now. Governor Scott, give us your assessment of how things have gone to this point.
Sure. I just have a couple of minutes. As you know, our state's getting hit right now. I talked to a friend in Key West right now. They're in the middle of getting hit. Of course, they're worried about the storm surge. It's going to hit my hometown in Naples, Florida, with 10 to 15 feet of storm surge. That's above ground level. It's going to go up the coast and hit all along the west coast with storm surge, which is my real concern. The wind, we've done before, and it's going to be really bad. We're going to lose power. We're going to lose roofs. We're going to have a lot of problems. But this storm surge is absolutely deadly. We've prepared, but there's never enough. But I can just tell everybody in Florida, we're going to do everything we can to keep you safe. My job is to help protect every Floridian. We will not spare us an expense to keep you safe.
Governor, any concerns about shelters? We've heard a couple of reports of shelters being full in some areas. Are there contingency plans for folks that have maybe on the Gulf Coast and want to make a last-minute move?
It's tough now. The winds are coming in. We have over 400 shelters open now. We worked all night making sure they had food and water. We've opened a lot of shelters in the last 24 hours because, the track kept going a little bit west. So I think right now it's going to be tough to get on the roads. I looked at all the traffic cams this morning around the state. Most people are off the roads. They've hunkered down. But if you're getting close to that storm surge, I'm really concerned for you. The big thing now is we need everybody's prayer. If you want to donate, you can go to disaster, text disaster at 20222 to do a $10 donation. We still need more volunteers. We need volunteers for our shelters. We're going to need volunteers to help us distribute food and water. We're going to need volunteers to help us do cleanup. This is going to be a devastating storm for our state, but we're going to do everything we can to take care of everybody in our state.
Well, we know you're the busiest man in the country right now, and you only have a few minutes, but in terms of medical assistance, there's a lot of elderly in the state of Florida, a lot of people that are going to need that help. Can they get that at the shelters? What is your advice for them on where they can go to get the help they need?
We set up special needs shelters all over the state. We have been asking for nurses. We need more nurses to volunteer. You can go to helpfl at flhealth.org to volunteer. We need more nurses to volunteer. But we're a state that where people are volunteering. We need more. We've set up all these shelters. We have pet shelters. We've got general population shelters, and we have special needs shelters all around the state. I was on a call every day with our nursing homes, our assisted living, to make sure they get all the services they need, help them to evacuate. The last call I was on last night, we were on for probably over an hour, just getting evacuations done, getting resources, helping them make sure we take care of every one of those residents.
Governor, right now it's hunker down in survival mode for a lot of people as this storm moves through. What's your decision point or trigger point for search and rescue or follow through? How quickly could folks reach out, say through 911 or other means, to say, hey, I need a little help here?
Well, you can be reaching out. The problem is going to be the first responders can't get out in the rain, in the storm surge, or not the rain, but the wind more than anything else. The storm surge, they can't do anything about that, and they can't do, if it's above certain wind, they can't get out. But if you call them, they'll figure out what they can do, and they'll tell you how fast they can get there. But I can tell you, in no place in this state will any expense be spared. We have great first responders. I've already called up 7,000 National Guard members. I've talked to President Trump almost every day. He will provide every resource the federal government can. He's completely committed. So we're going to do everything we can. As this passes, we'll get resources. The problem we have is it's impacting both coasts. So it's made it more difficult to pre-position assets. But our utilities have already brought in, they're bringing in 23,000 individuals to help them. We've pre-positioned food and water around the state, so we're going to do everything we can to rescue anybody that needs to be rescued, but keep everybody safe.
And quickly, we know you have to go, but the millions of people that are likely to lose power, is your message to them, most importantly, patience? You need to wait for the storm to pass to really handle that situation.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can't get the utility trucks out in the wind and the weather, but I know the utilities are working hard. I'm doing a daily call with all the utilities. As soon as the storm hits, we'll be doing twice-a-day calls with all the utilities. So we get assets, as many assets in here as fast as possible to get people their power back. I know the power is important to people. I know fuel is important. We've worked with the oil companies, with the gas distributors, with the gas stations to get fuel back in the state as fast as we can. We've got to get people back to normal. But the first thing we've got to do is survive the storm. The next thing we have to do is rescue everybody that needs to be rescued, and then we start putting our lives back together.
Governor Rick Scott of Florida. Governor, thank you.